Have you noticed that people often talk about keeping the body healthy after 70, but rarely mention what happens to the mind? Here's something most people don't realize. Your brain doesn't have to slow down just because you're getting older. In fact, some of the sharpest, most creative thinking happens in our later years, but only if we give our minds the right kind of attention. Before we continue, I want to subscribe, like, turn on the notification bell, and don't forget to comment. In this video, we're going to explore 5 simple daily habits that doctors and neuroscientists now say are essential for keeping your memory strong, your thinking clear, and your mood stable well into your 80s and beyond. These aren't complicated routines or expensive programs. They're small, meaningful practices that work with how your brain naturally wants to function at this stage of life. Stick with me until the end, because what you'll learn today could help you stay mentally independent, emotionally balanced, and fully engaged with the world around you for many years to come. Let's begin. Number 1. Learn something small every single day. One of the biggest myths about aging is that learning gets harder as we get older. The truth is, your brain never stops being able to learn. What changes is how we approach it. After 70, the key isn't trying to master huge subjects or compete with younger learners. It's about staying curious in small, consistent ways. Doctors now know that when you learn something new, even something tiny, your brain creates new neural pathways. It's like adding fresh roads to a well-traveled city. And the more pathways you build, the more resilient your memory becomes. This doesn't mean going back to school or taking difficult courses. It means choosing one small thing each day that makes you think differently. Maybe you learn 5 words in a new language using a free app. Maybe you watch a short documentary about a place you've never been. Maybe you try a new recipe, learn a card game, or figure out how a gadget works. The topic doesn't matter as much as the act of focusing, absorbing, and remembering. Consider Margaret, age 76. After retiring from teaching, she felt her mind going a bit foggy. She wasn't forgetting important things, but she felt less sharp, less engaged. Her daughter suggested she try learning one new thing every morning, something unrelated to her old work. Margaret started with birds. Every day she'd learn about one species, its call, its habits, where it lived. Within a few months, she noticed her memory felt stronger. She was recalling conversations better, staying more focused during activities, and she felt a renewed sense of excitement about life. Learning keeps your mind flexible. It keeps you interested, and most importantly, it keeps you feeling young, not in body, but in spirit. Your brain thrives on novelty, and when you feed it something fresh every day, it rewards you with clarity, energy, and confidence. So if you've been thinking your learning days are over, think again. They're not over. They're just entering a new, more intentional phase, and that phase can be one of the most rewarding of your entire life.
Number 2, have real conversations, not just small talk. Loneliness and isolation are 2 of the biggest threats to mental health after 70, and they don't always look the way you'd expect. You can be surrounded by people and still feel mentally disconnected. That's because what your brain really needs isn't just company. It needs meaningful conversation, the kind that makes you think, laugh, reflect, and feel truly heard. Research shows that seniors who engage in deep, thoughtful conversations on a regular basis have better memory, sharper reasoning skills, and lower rates of cognitive decline. And it makes sense. When you have a real conversation, your brain is working hard. You're listening carefully, organizing your thoughts, recalling memories, reading emotions, and responding thoughtfully. All of that is exercise for your mind. But here's the challenge. As we age, it's easy to fall into surface-level exchanges. How's the weather? How are you feeling? Everything okay? Those are fine, but they don't stimulate your brain the way deeper dialogue does. What does? Talking about ideas, sharing stories from your past, debating a topic you care about, asking someone about their dreams or regrets, discussing a book or a piece of news that moved you. Think about Carl, age 81. After his wife passed, he found himself talking less and less. His conversations became transactional, brief, polite. A neighbor noticed and started inviting him over once a week, not for errands or TV, but just to talk. They discussed politics, family, old memories, hopes for their grandchildren. Carl said it was like waking up a part of his brain that had been asleep. His mood improved, his memory sharpened, he started feeling like himself again. You don't need a huge social circle. You just need a few people who are willing to go beyond the surface with you. And if you can't find that in person, phone calls work. Video chats work. Even writing thoughtful letters can engage your mind in similar ways. Your brain craves connection, real connection. And when you give it that, you're not just protecting your memory, you're protecting your sense of self, your purpose, and your place in the world. Don't underestimate the power of a good conversation. It might be one of the most important things you do all week. Number 3, write by hand for just 5 minutes a day. In a world full of screens and keyboards, the simple act of writing by hand has become rare. But for your brain, especially after 70, handwriting is one of the most powerful tools you have. It's not about being a great writer or keeping a perfect journal. It's about the unique way handwriting activates your memory, focus, and emotional processing. When you write by hand, your brain has to coordinate fine motor skills, language, and thought all at the same time. Studies show this activates more areas of the brain than typing does, and it helps strengthen the connections between different regions. For seniors, this can mean better recall, clearer thinking, and even improved mood. You don't have to write a novel. Just 5 minutes a day is enough. You could write about what you did yesterday, what you're grateful for, a memory from your childhood, or even just a list of things you notice around you. The content doesn't matter as much as the practice itself. Think of Dorothy, age 79. She started keeping a small notebook by her bed, and every morning, before doing anything else, she'd write 3 sentences about how she slept or what she was looking forward to. After a few weeks, she noticed she was remembering appointments better, feeling less mentally scattered, and even sleeping more soundly. Her doctor later told her that handwriting before bed or in the morning can help organize your thoughts and reduce nighttime worry. Handwriting is also deeply personal. It connects you to your own voice in a way that typing never quite does. And for many older adults, it becomes a form of legacy. The notes you write today might be treasures for your family tomorrow. Your thoughts, your humor, your wisdom, all captured in your own hand. So find a notebook you like, a pen that feels good, and give yourself just 5 minutes. Write about anything. Write about nothing. Just let your hand move and your mind follow. You'll be surprised how much clearer and calmer you feel and how much sharper your memory becomes over time. Number 4, spend time in silence without distraction. We live in a noisy world. Even at home, there's the TV, the radio, the phone, the hum of appliances. And while a little background noise is fine, your brain, especially as you age, desperately needs moments of true silence. Not sleep, not distraction, just quiet, awake presence. Silence gives your brain a chance to reset. It allows your thoughts to settle, your emotions to process, and your memory to consolidate. Think of it like defragmenting a computer. All the scattered pieces of your day get sorted and stored properly. Without that time, your mind stays cluttered, and over time that clutter turns into confusion, forgetfulness, and mental fatigue. Doctors now recommend at least 10 to 15 minutes of intentional silence each day for older adults. This doesn't mean meditation, though that's fine if you enjoy it. It just means sitting quietly, maybe looking out a window, maybe sitting in a garden, maybe just closing your eyes in a comfortable chair. No phone, no TV, no tasks, just you and the quiet. It might feel uncomfortable at first. Many people say they don't know what to do with silence, but that discomfort is actually a sign of how much your brain needs it. In silence, you start to notice your own thoughts. You start to hear what your mind is really trying to tell you, and that self-awareness is incredibly valuable for mental clarity and emotional health. Consider Frank, age 77. He was a lifelong news junkie, always had the radio or TV on in the background, but his doctor suggested he try 15 minutes of silence every afternoon. No distractions, just sitting. Frank thought it sounded boring, but he tried it anyway. After a week, he noticed he was sleeping better. After a month, he said his mind felt less crowded. He could think more clearly, make decisions more easily, and he felt less anxious overall. Silence isn't empty. It's full of rest, full of clarity, full of space for your brain to breathe. And in a stage of life where mental energy is precious, giving yourself that space is one of the wisest things you can do. Try it today, just 10 minutes. Sit somewhere peaceful and let the world be quiet. Your mind will thank you. Number 5, challenge your brain with puzzles or problems. Your brain is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it weakens. And one of the best ways to keep it strong is to give it problems to solve. Not stressful problems, but engaging ones. Puzzles, games, riddles, anything that makes you think in a focused, enjoyable way. And the beauty of mental challenges is that they keep your brain flexible. They force you to use logic, memory, pattern recognition, and creativity often all at once. And when you do that regularly, you're building what scientists call cognitive reserve, a kind of mental cushion that helps protect against memory loss and confusion as you age. This doesn't mean you have to be good at puzzles. It just means you have to try. Whether it's a crossword, a jigsaw puzzle, Sudoku, a word search, or even strategy games like chess or card games like bridge, the act of concentrating and working through a challenge keeps your neurons firing. Take Helen, age 74. She'd never been much of a puzzle person, but after hearing about the benefits, she bought a book of easy crosswords. She'd do one each morning with her coffee. At first, she could barely finish them, but within a few weeks, she got faster, sharper. Her daughter noticed Helen was remembering names better, following conversations more easily, and seemed more confident overall. Helen said it was like waking up a part of her brain that had been asleep. His mood improved, his memory sharpened, he started feeling like himself again. The key is consistency. Doing a puzzle once a month won't help much, but doing something mentally stimulating for 15 to 20 minutes most days of the week can make a real difference. And the bonus? It's fun. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. It fills time in a way that feels good, not wasted. If puzzles aren't your thing, try something else. Learn to play an instrument, even just a few notes. Try a new hobby that requires focus. Teach yourself a skill from a YouTube video. The point is to challenge yourself gently, regularly, and with curiosity. Your brain will stay sharper, your mood will lift, and you'll feel more mentally alive than you have in years. Final thoughts. Getting older doesn't mean your mind has to fade. Yes, some things change. Processing speed might slow down a little. Names might slip away now and then. But clarity, wisdom, and mental strength, those can grow deeper with age if you nurture them properly. The 5 habits we talked about today, learning something new, having real conversations, writing by hand, spending time in silence, and challenging your brain with puzzles, are not complicated. They don't cost much, and they don't take hours. But together, they create a powerful routine that protects your memory, sharpens your thinking, and keeps you feeling engaged with life. You've lived long enough to know what truly matters. Now it's time to give your mind the same care and respect you've been giving your body.